Well, hello, Zenjoyers. Selamat welcome. Today is another episode of Skirmish Prep. With Skirmish Week 1 already happening this past weekend and more Skirmish to come in the following weeks, this is our final moments to prep ourselves and play with our deck before we need to duke it out to play for that shiny cardboard Blaze Cold Foil, or in the top 4 is the Cold Foil Channel Mount Heroic. So today, I'll be playing the best deck in the format, Zen, against Boltyn, which has a new really powerful pop-off sequence with the new chest piece, which reduces the cost of your yellow cards by 1, which means you can do V of the Vanguard, Art of War, and the whatchamacallit attack that if you've charged it's +3, so it deals like 6 or 7 damage, so you can do a really big turn. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use Orhan to maximize my pop-off potential, and let's see how it goes. Not the best, but it's good enough, because we transcend on our first turn, and we get to arsenal our Art of War. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play levels, pitch 100 wins, play our homage, let that resolve, gain a resource, yes, and then we zen. This is where we fetch a card that we want to be in our graveyard. Ideally, spinning wheel kick is decent, 100 wins is also decent, but I'm probably gonna go with Tiger Swipe. We're gonna let that resolve, and then we're gonna choose go again. So we can go Tiger Swipe. There's also merit to grabbing like always good pieces like 100 wins or spinning wheel kick. But yeah, let's see. Oh, they're blocking with equipment to create a quicken. They're gonna charge, which means they have soul going into their first turn. They charge a banneret, which means it's a redundant piece. Let's think about whether we want to needle here or not. Boltyn's deck is usually full of 3 blocks, so there's a chance that we just lose the needle here, but there's also the chance that it's one of their power cards like V of the Vanguard or Art of War. The safer line would be just to pass and arsenal the Art of War, and I'm gonna opt for the safer line. Ja. Ja, jag vill komma. Kan du? Bisa spången na. Okay, they're doing their pop-off turn on the very first turn with an Art of War. Let's see if they can deal 21 damage. They send a Bolt of Courage for 3. Since our hand's conducive enough to pop off, we're gonna block like so. Because we don't want to block with our attack actions, that will buff the Bolt of Courage to 4, which means it's even harder to block. They have their reaction, so be it. They're gonna draw a card off of this, but at most it's gonna be like another 4 or 5, and then 3 swing from the weapon. But it seems like they're just gonna swing with weapon, so we're fine with that. We don't need to block with armor here. We want to conserve it for later. They're not giving it go again, which means they're gonna arsenal. Yeah. Okay, let's start our turn with Art of War. Bop, bop. Of course, we banish the Crouching Tiger. Okay, we have double Transcend, which means we have resources out the wazoo. Everything's 0 cost, so grabbing the resource means we can Kasaya. Okay, let's do that. Preserve, want to return levels, not Tiger Swipe, since that is our bonds target. I'm gonna say yes to both of the resource. Wait, actually, I'm gonna use one for this, one for that. Okay, this is our pop-off turn. We're going to use our own Art of War. We're gonna pitch the 100 Winds, and of course we're gonna banish the Crouching Tiger. Actually, yeah. Okay. Let's start off with grabbing our Descendant. Grabbing our Descendant Gust Wave, like this. Pop, and then we bonds. We grab our second Tiger Swipe. Then we can go Tiger, Tiger Swipe, Aspect of Tiger Body, 100 Winds, Needle, Needle, and then pop Kasaya. The Tiger Swipe hitting is also actually relevant here because we have Art of War, so the Crouching Tiger is coming in for 1 value at the very least. We actually could have sequenced it to be 100 Winds, Aspect of Tiger Body, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger Swipe. Maybe that was the better line. But if they're blocking with cards from hand, where we feel safer that we're not gonna get Ultra Giga comboed here. But if they let this hit, we get an extra point of value. So for the rest of the turn, we're gonna have another 4/4. Okay, another 1, 4/4, and 2/2. So a total of 13 more damage coming their way. So they're for sure gonna need to block. Yeah, we missed out on a potential 1 extra value from the Tiger. And then Needle with 3 cards in hand, so they don't know if they want to block this or not. Probably not. Okay, they block with a Beacon of Victory, which means they're kind of in a defensive mode. Let's see how these Tigers pan out first before we do our 100 Winds. They need to block this. Yeah, Zen's damage output is just nuts. Okay, and we're gonna preserve tradition. Oop. Preserve. Let it resolve. We already played a blue card in our blue bonds. We will get the resource. Oh, sorry. Close the chain first and then play Preserve Tradition so we can actually return something. That's a combo card. We'll return the Tiger Swipe. Then gain a resource, yes, and then we destroy Kasaya. Great, now we arsenal a Stir the Pot so we can more easily transcend for our next turn. This hand is great, and hopefully with a Zen State and a 3-card hand from the opponent, we don't need to block. And remember, Zen State lasts 2 turns, because when you put it down, it has the balance counter on it. At the beginning of your turn, you remove the balance counter, and then on your next turn, since you can't remove another balance counter since it doesn't have any counters anymore, then you destroy it. So here is their big turn with their solar Plexus. See, it's a V of the Vanguard for 5, which is scary. Imagine if they had all of those extra cards and no Zen State, just how much damage they could be doing here. Read in for 4. We're only going to be taking 3 thanks to our Zen State. And here we play Levels, Wind, Stir the Pot, and Zen. And here, since we can bonds for aspect, we can safely grab Chase the Tail, knowing that we can safely do that. And instead of drawing a card, we can draw into a 1 cost, which we don't want. We're going to choose Buff Power, go again. This is going to be very hard for them to handle. Coming in for 1, and then 4, and then 1. And then 4 for aspect. We can choose to do this first or that first. Let's do this first. And then 1. They take the 1, and then 4, and then another 3. So that's it. A very short and sweet game. From Zen, you can see the average value per turn is really, really big. But you can see how Boltyn with the new equipments, the headpiece, the Halo's Grace, Solar Plexus, and Winged Grace, he can pop off really fast, really easily, because he no longer needs to attack you to get his soul up and running. During his first turn, he can block out with the equipments, cantrip, create a quicken, and get that soul going so he can do a super mega pop-off turn with Solar Plexus. You can see it reduces the cost of V of the Vanguard, Art of War, and then what's it called? I saw it here before, or it's probably banished. There we go, Valiant Thrust. Imagine a 0 cost Valiant Thrust for 8 or 9 during an Art of War V of the Vanguard turn. You can see that Boltyn's really cooking with gas now in Blitz, and is a real contender that you need to see and prepare for, so you know how much damage they can do to you and how much damage you can take. Thankfully, Zen has the Zen State, which makes him not only able to go really hard on the opponent, but also soften the blow that you're going to take during their comeback turn. That's it for today's video of Skirmish Prep, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the best way for you to support me and get video of Flesh and Blood right into your YouTube video feed. And as always, sampai goodbye!